welcome back to the podcast, Evil Dungeon Masters AD&D Universe Podcast. I am your host, Vince. Hopefully you're doing well out there. It is the day before Thanksgiving when I'm recording this, Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving to those out there listening. And for those listening out there, I hope you have a fun time with your family and enjoy some turkey on Turkey Day. So since it is Thanksgiving, I decided to come up with a one-shot adventure for AD&D that you could possibly use in your gaming group because it's Thanksgiving season. Why not do a themed adventure? It's always fun. So I decided to name this like a harvest feast adventure. A village feast loses the main course mid-blessing. Ripped into the astral slip, you track it, beat the clock, and bring home dinner. So the beginning opening would be you arrive in a village packed tight with tables, lanterns glow. The cook, wow, I can't speak this morning. The cook raises a knife. A priest lifts the plate lid for the blessings. Light bends, the bird lifts into the air, turns sideways, and vanishes into a thin rip above the table. The crowd gasps. The priest staggers. The cook swears. The feast needs saving for the town. This is where your players come in. So the church sponsors a free harvest feast every year for this village that they're in. The Baron attends. His pride is on the line. This is what he does. A mid-cast blessing during the middle of the ceremony for the bird poofs it away into an astral plane. The goal is simple: retrieve the golden thunder turkey before sundown or the feast fails. Now, it's not that grand of a thing, but it is a themed based adventure for Thanksgiving type day for your players. Now, the major NPCs would be Father Halda, the stern priest, wants the town fed. The cook Bryn, who is exhausted, really no time to spare because he's been working all day to try to get this festivity going. And Reeve Mallet, a numbers man, he sniffs a scandal. This is going to be kind of one of the person that's going to throw things around. Now, it's toying around with the idea of like time clocks and things like that when it comes to how things will, progress. And a lot of people don't like clocks, and sometimes I don't, but I think in this situation, you need to have some type of counter or a checks box system to help progress the plot along. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it's just annoying, but whatever. So you're going to have one that's going to be checked off by the time sunset arrives, and when it does, then boom, failure. So every time the table sits empty and you check off on the box, the crowd's mood drops and they get a little more angry. So every time you solve something, it'll move the plot forward. But anyway, so the beginning of the adventure, we have what looks like a parade. On Thanksgiving they have parades. This town has their own type of parade in the late morning. And this is what happens: a rival crew tries to steal the reserve hams during the parade, thinking the main dish is already gone. They want to steal the hams that are in reserve, and if they do, this will drop down the morale of the people as well. And that's the backup food, because ham is always a backup for Thanksgiving. So they have the captain of the guards, they have some ruffians, and the goal is to steal the food, not cause chaos as far as hurting people or anything like that. So while this parade is going on, they're trying to steal these hams, and the players have to prevent them once they find out that there is a group in town that wants to steal the food because the turkey is gone. They want to ruin it. They want to make it even further. They just want to cause chaos in the town. Silly, I know, but it's something they can do. And the goal here is to stop them and not wreck the parade let the parade go off as planned without them screwing it up. Simple little thing to do. They can prevent them. However, it's whatever. Uh, Things that you can do is if the ham, which is the centerpiece of this parade, the hams, as we call it, uh, if they steal it from this parade, the parade does not go off. So that's one of the other things you have to worry about. Then later on, there's a problem with the kitchen. The oven belches smoke. Something is alive in the flue. All of a sudden, a smoke method is inside it, or a smoke, what do you want to call it? Elemental is in the chimney of the cook, the kitchen. The goal is to get in there and destroy him without ruining the food that's already in the kitchen or burning down the kitchen. Pretty simple. Uh, Doing this gives them goodwill and stuff like that. And then later on, early in the afternoon, the priest repeats the blessing to reopen the tear. The portal is weak and narrow, so anyone entering must tie off. A rope is vital. In the astral plane, the party moves by thought. So you basically have to keep it really quick and short. You can have some like a D4 roll when they're in there. They hear echoes, whispers repeat. Drifting crumbs orbit the party. Things like that. Slow time, initiative penalties after one round. Static crackle lifts hair off the ground. I mean, the encounters you can come with is a actual like in that area is scout warriors, hungry astral scavengers, psychic winds. You could save versus spell or lose a round. Maybe even a live thunder turkey in there comes to attack. So tracking the actual bird itself in the astral plane is kind of goofy, and I was coming up with really weird ideas for this. And you could track the bird in there by like grease trails and feathers. So you could collect these things along the way and you could sell them back when you get back to town. But, this is something you can definitely do. And while you're in the astral plane, you have to hunt down this bird that you need to bring back. And for some reason or another, it's been animated in here and moving around and running away. So you have to actually grab it and pull it back through. And you need to have a strength check there. And if you fail by 5 or more, it just whoop, slips away from you and goes right back in. So it's going to be a whole goofy thing when you're trying to grab this bird and it's greasy and slimy and you're trying to strength check versus it. It's a fun little thing going on here. So what you could do when everything is all saved and done, the feast is saved, the church rings the bells, and everybody sits down for a nice Thanksgiving feast. The parade went off without a problem. The heroes get praised, and everybody has a great day. And maybe as a goofy little reward, you can give them a cornucopia token, and once per week it can be used, and it creates a simple meal for about 12 people. Yeah, it's a feast type thing, and it's kind of something fun you can have. Or maybe like a pilgrim's badge you can give them, and you get to re-roll one failed reaction per session or something. Or you can give them a pouch of rare spices. It's worth about 50 gold, or maybe more if sold to the right cook, and you can pull out whatever spices and whatever else you need that's rare to make whatever meal you need to make that night for dinner. Some simple rewards there for that. It's an, a goofy thing that I was spitballing when thinking about doing a Thanksgiving Day type special adventure. I mean, you got 3 different scenes here that you can expand upon and write your own notes for. I've kind of given just a rough outline of it. I wasn't actually going to write a full adventure because I'm not going to be playing for a game for at least a couple weeks at this point. So it'd be null and void to do a turkey thing. It'd be more like a Christmas episode for me if I'm doing that with my group. But with that said, hopefully you've enjoyed today's show. Something to give you to gnaw on while you're eating your Thanksgiving bird and stuffing tomorrow or whenever you're listening to this. And hopefully you have a good couple days off. Keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, and God bless everybody.